A'udhu billahi minash shaitani rajim. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. La ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. I greet you, my brothers and sisters, with the noble and universal greeting of peace, the greeting that has been used by the prophets and messengers of our universal creator, Almighty Allah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Shukr to Allah. We are alive and I am very well, spiritually well, on the path to greater spirituality, well-being and wellness. And this is what Allah says, He puts tranquility into the hearts of the believers as He expands them in faith. So I've been sharing with you my adventure. It's a wonderful adventure. Nothing can prepare you for what it's like to live a life of peace within your being. It's a beautiful thing, and to have Iman in your heart, to have that relationship with your Creator, where you feel assured and reassured, where your satisfaction is ensured, to be aware and to experience this peace within that's got nothing to do with what's happening in the world or what's happening in your world, And so one of the themes that I've been sharing with you is when I hit rock bottom, when I was at that point in my life when people are usually desperate. They turn to their Creator desperately. They turn to anybody desperately. But when they realize nobody can help them, then they're looking for somebody to help them. Then they beg, the Creator. Please help me. Please, please, please. I need it. I'm looking for relief. So, I'll speak for myself. There are many of us who we don't remember Allah generally. When things are going well in our lives, what's that? Allah remembrance and remembrance of Allah and purify your heart. And, what's this thing of the guidance of the Quran as a mercy unto mankind and a guidance to purify their heart. When people are carrying on and things are going seemingly well, everybody's like in the world, like they're going to live forever, like they always were, like this world is going to be around forever. People are generally in the trance. Now don't feel bad because all of us are there. After Adam and Eve with Satan, human beings became very insecure because we ate of the tree, the fruit of the tree. That don't eat from that, don't do that. Don't go, where you don't need to go. You put yourself in harm's way. And so, Allah who created us and favored us with the highest status and standing as humanity, where the angels and all in the heavens were asked to bow before humanity, guided humanity, and yet humanity, Adam and Eve, they didn't see, the favor, how Allah respected them as His creation and commanded all others to bow before Adam. They couldn't see it. And Allah's respect for them and the adoration for humanity, they couldn't see it. And Allah's guidance, to stay without going off track, they couldn't hear it. This is human beings, right? And then we went into a state of insecurity. But we put ourselves there. It wasn't Allah. Allah created us and favored us in our creation. Even told our foreparents, don't go there. You don't want to go there. It's bad for you. They still didn't want to listen. Human beings do this. They don't want to respect themselves. They don't want to respect what we are, that Allah created us, the capacity is given. We don't respect guidance. We want to go it alone. No, we'll know, don't worry. We'll figure our own opinion of ourselves and of life and of what's good and what's bad and what's right and what's wrong. We don't want to recognize Allah as the authority. Human beings are like that. We don't want to recognize that. We don't know. We want to turn to ourselves and our own minds. We want to turn to each other and each other's minds, the guru and pandit and all that. You know what I mean? We don't want to recognize the relationship with Allah. Allah did nothing bad to us, and Allah will never do anything bad to us. Allah did nothing bad for us either, and Allah will never do anything bad for us. You get what I mean? We are the ones who don't want to respect ourselves, our lives. We are the ones who don't want to respect guidance. And after the fall, the human beings forgot Allah. And that's why the message of the Quran is to remember Allah. Because we forgot to bring to Allah a purified heart, because we are distorted in our thinking and in our emotions. We are impure. We worry. We have fear. Verily in the remembrance of Allah, hearts experience assurance. Very few people actually remember Allah, and very few people experience assurance. I know I was one of those who didn't, but now I do. I have that relationship with my Creator now. I am beyond my own thinking about me, my body, my life, what life is about. Beyond my own thinking and beyond other people's thinking, I have received guidance, and I'm aware of the truth about Allah, about us, what we're doing here, what's going on here, what the message of the Quran is. And so we can find our way back. When you take one step towards Allah, Islamic teaching says Allah takes 10 steps towards you. You walk towards Allah, He runs towards you. It's Allah calling us back to the path and cheering us along the way. Allah, His compassion, His mercy, is championing us as human beings. Come on, you can do it. Come back, come back. The extent to which we are loved by Allah, very few people will ever talk about it. Although the Prophet spoke about it, The Quran is a testimony to how do you deny the favors of Allah? How can you deny? Which of the favors you deny? 31 times in a chapter of the Quran. Which of the favors of... Meaning like Allah is favoring. Will you acknowledge that? Like, no, Adam and Eve, like, no, we won't acknowledge Allah's favor. No, we'll think for ourselves. No, we won't receive guidance. And off they went, and then Adam regretted it and had remorse. And there, in the Quran records that Allah said to the Prophet Adam, there you and your people will be until guidance comes to you. And those who receive the guidance, they will no longer be insecure. They will no longer be insecure. You get what I mean? So, I am among the people of Adam and Eve, and there we are, all of us, will remain insecure until guidance comes to us. Those of us who are humble enough, sincere enough to receive the guidance, we'll no longer be insecure. When you stop being insecure and you become secure, it's called being a believer, because mu'min means secure, the one who is secure. You understand? I'm more secure now than I've ever been. In fact, I was extremely insecure. When you're unaware of Allah, when you're unaware of truth, when you're unaware, full stop, you are not experiencing security, you're experiencing insecurity. I'll tell you about the journey from insecurity to security. It's not a place called insecure that you have to travel from there to get to security. It's being unaware to being aware. When you're unaware of Allah, when you're unaware of truth, when you're not experiencing, that's when you experience the darkness. The Quran says the Prophet was guided out of the darkness into the light. Humanity is guided from the darkness into the light. What is that darkness? It's unawareness. The Quran is a message. Its message is become aware of Allah. Be Allah aware. Be Allah conscious. Recognize, respond to Allah. Look and see. Recognize Allah's perfection, alone the one perfect. Recognize the power of Allah. Recognize the provisioning of Allah, the privileging of Allah, what we provided with. Recognize Allah is the all great, the all gracious, the gifting, the giving, the granting. Recognize that Allah is given to you. Recognize that right now Allah is aware of you. Be aware that Allah is aware of you. Be aware that Allah has cared for you, considers you. Be aware that Allah has caused you and continues you. Be aware. Be aware. See now, the people that are unaware, they're in darkness. I was one of them. Right? They're lost. They're clueless. When you are unaware and you look at the world and when you look at what's going on in your world, you have a very low perspective. You have a very low perception. And you don't know, you're unaware. You don't know, you're looking at the world as an unaware human being, a person who's not aware of truth. You don't know, you're ignorant, you're superstitious, you're arrogant, you're feeling entitled. You don't know, you're not appreciative, you're not grateful, you're not thankful. You don't know that you are living lost in your mind with ideas of things that are not true, like you need. We don't need, we never need. Whatever we need, we have Allah. How can we need? We have Allah. You know what I mean? People don't know that they don't have any power to change the world or to get Allah to do things. This is like thinking I exist and Allah exists, two of us, and I'll do this for Him to make this happen for me. It's all superstition. There are people who deny Allah, but there are people who associate partners with Allah, meaning they think they're talking to Allah, they think they know Allah, but they've got mistaken ideas. They are clueless, they are unconscious, they're living subconsciously, they're ignorant, they're living in darkness, falsehood. And a lot of them say they believe in Allah in the last day, but they don't believe in Allah in the last day. In their hearts is a disease. The disease is expanded. They're left astray. You understand? It's only the true believer who says they believe in Allah in the last day. They have a relationship with Allah. They know that it's about Allah, not about us, the creation. And they know that in this world, those of us who remember Allah, draw closer to Allah, bring to Allah a purified heart, cleanse our hearts, we will be raised up with light. Beyond our death, we'll be raised up with light. We know there's a hereafter. That it depends how we've been in this world. If we remain lost, when you leave this world, it's not good. But if you submit, if you become aware, if you awaken, you start experiencing peace. When you awaken, when you become aware of Allah, the truth about Allah, His love for you, His caring for you, that He did nothing against you, He's doing nothing against you. It's us. You see, I believed that sometime Allah wasn't listening to me. I believed that Allah was punishing me. I believed things that people who are unaware of Allah believe about Allah. Who Allah really is to me, I was unaware. I was unaware of who Allah really was to me. I had ideas about Allah. You understand? I had ideas about Allah. Now I'm aware of Allah and who Allah is to me, who I am to Allah, what He created me as. I'm beyond my mind's ideas and perceptions and misperceptions, from unaware of truth, thinking, God is like this, I'm like that, and this, and story about this and that, the world. When you submit your phantom self, when you submit that ego, when you submit that I think I exist, I'm real, the world is real, when you fail to recognize you're a temporary being in a temporary world, that you have not always been and you will not always be in this world. This world has not always been, it will not always be. It's temporary. It is because of Allah. It is because of Allah, and it continues because of Allah. We are because of Allah. We continue because of Allah. There's a reason for this world. There's a reason for us being here, and it's not to remain in this world. Yes, you can experience yourself as being empowered in this world, and you can experience a prosperous life of satisfaction and sufficiency. You don't have to live in deprivation and lack. But you're not here for this world. You're here for the world beyond. See? When people are living lost, they're clueless. They might say they're Muslims, I call them Islamis. They're following Islamism. They don't know the message of the Quran. They are not aware of Allah. They say they believe in Allah in the last day, but they don't. Their hearts are diseased. They're not interested in cleansing their hearts. They're not interested in bringing to Allah a purified heart. I remind you, as I've reminded you so many times before, that on the day of accountability, nothing will avail you, not your children, not your money, nothing of this world, except those who bring to Allah a purified heart. You in this world, you can do a lot of things. You can marry, you can have children, you can get a job, you can lose weight, you can go to the gym, but you're not here to do those things. You can do those things. And of course, some of the things are healthy to do. But there are many people who do healthy things in this world, but they haven't purified their hearts. You understand? They do things for themselves selfishly, and their bodies selfishly, whatever. But they haven't purified their hearts. Get what I mean? So what I'm speaking to you about is when I hit rock bottom, and these realizations came upon me. It was like, whoa. Could it be that I'm so far astray? I was thinking about this. When you're lost, you don't know you're lost. Who is really lost? Somebody who's lost, who doesn't know they're lost, who thinks that they are not lost, who thinks that they understand everything. That's a really lost person. When I started doubting myself and how I was living, I was not lost anymore. Because when you live your life thinking you know God, you're living like how you should be living and everything like that, you know what I mean? Then you're lost. See, I was lost, I didn't know I was lost. People are lost, they don't know that they're lost. They think they're thinking properly. They don't know they're insecure. They don't know they're non-believers. Remember what the Quran says, don't say you're a believer, for faith has not entered into your heart. Rather say you're one who's submissive in religion. They think it's the same. I said my kalema, so I'm a believer. No. That's not what the Quran says. Which Quran are you reading? From cover to cover, at high speed, reading Arabic, but not understanding a word. The Quran says it's a book for those who reason. The lowliest of creation are those who will not use reason. Allah gave us the ability to reason. I choose to reason. Animals were not given reasoning capacity like we are. I'm thankful for my reasoning capacity. Allah gave us the opportunity to reason. Of course, those Islamis who followed the Pandits and the Gurus, they are blind followers. They don't reason. They're scared to reason. The Pandits and Gurus says, you don't reason. This is, back in India. Islam is not like that. Islam is guiding you to turn to Allah, not to the Pandit and to the Guru. Islam says you are responsible for your own soul. Learn, grow and develop yourself. From India it was, just do what the Guru tells you to do. What do you know? Let the Guru control your life. Say, do the ritual, how many times, when to do it, what to say. You even see it today. People are obsessed with how many times to read this and do that, but they don't understand a word of what they're saying. India is still very alive and well in the consciousness of many Islamis today. They're keeping it alive, thinking they are, on the way. But then they don't understand why things are getting worse. Why do bad things happen to them? Then they start thinking, Allah is testing me. The guidance, will we receive the guidance? Do we recognize we require guidance? Will we receive the guidance? The value of the guidance. They don't want to be guided. They went to madrasa. They learned when they were children what to read, when to read, what to do it. They fitting in the society of guru worshippers and pandit followers. They're just doing what everybody else is doing to fit in. Do you think they're interested in guidance? I don't think so. I was one of them and I wasn't. So when I hit rock bottom, I started realizing maybe I'm lost and I don't know. That's when I stopped being lost. And that's when I became aware. I turned to the Quran. Allah, please guide me. I asked people, I asked the Guru and the Pandit, they're not giving me any answers that I can use. I thought about it myself, can't figure it out. You guide me. And you know what? I tell you this before and I'll tell you again. In challenging situations, people are usually praying for relief, safety and excitement. So let me just go back a little bit. So I said to you, firstly, that people don't have a relationship with Allah. They carry on being ritualistic and thinking they're doing the right thing. They do the things that other people said they must do. They want to fit in. But they don't have a relationship with Allah. Verily in the remembrance of Allah, hearts experience assurance. So a lot of people don't actually have a relationship with their Creator. They don't have a relationship with their Creator. They don't. And then when bad things happen to them, now they want to have a relationship of begging, please help me, I need you, I'm needy on you. Whether you're needy on yourself or you're needy on somebody else, or whether you are needy people to need you, or you're needy on God, you are unaware. One who is aware is never needy. They have God. I have Allah. Allah is sufficient for me. What else must I have? Other than Allah. There is only Allah. The one power, I have Allah. I shall never need. I'll never be needy. See, when you don't have a relationship with Allah, you live needily, desperately is another way of saying it. When you're unaware, when you're unconscious, when you're living subconsciously, when you're living in the world without having submitted your phantom self, your satanic self, when you worship Satan in the world is a very, it's all about like, I'm scared bad things mustn't happen to me. And you know what? Whatever I don't want, Allah remove it. And what I do want, bring it in. But there's no spiritual development. There's no like, I want to draw closer to Allah, have a relationship with Allah. I want to relate to Allah in a way that will benefit me. Iman. There's no amal. I want to be a person who's developed. I want to live as a humane being. I want to live caring for me, my body, my life. I want to care for my future life, my afterlife. I want to receive Allah's good in this world and the world beyond. In areas of my life, I want to have the high quality people, things and experiences. The Quran says believers must marry believers. You know what I mean? And I want to care for the right people and be cared for by the right people. Don't do that. People don't want to learn how to live. The Quran is a book of guidance, guiding individuals, couples, families, communities, societies, nations, and the world. It's the guidance of development, right? The development, it starts off with spiritual development, your relationship with your Creator. If you don't have a relationship with your Creator, you will be needy, and that neediness will be on somebody, or it will be on yourself, or it will be on your idea of God. You'll be needy. I was needy in that moment. So in my life, when I had a problem, now you can look in your life what you think the big problem is. Now, in my life, it was a relationship with somebody else. And that relationship ended. It sounds juicy like a soap opera. You want to know more? I'm not telling you more. Right? All I'll tell you is that I had a relationship with somebody else, that I wanted it to progress into something, and the person changed their mind, about that. This is about 30 years ago, so yeah, close to 30 years, about 28 years ago. And I could have prayed, bring me back this person. I could have prayed, don't let this go. I feel so bad without this person. I could have prayed like that. But in that moment, I was guided to turn to Allah. Instead of praying for a relationship with a human being, I had established a relationship with Allah, an actual relationship with Allah. I look back and I bless that person for having decided as they decided. I bless them and I wish them well. I would never want to have anything to do with them. For who I've become now is a different person. Who I was at that time was a different person, right? But I bless them for rejecting me. I bless them. The thing that I thought was the worst thing in my life, that somebody else didn't want me, or somebody else didn't want to care for me, or somebody else rejected me. Instead of saying, please get that person back, find me another person, I turned to Allah and I built my relationship with Allah. He guided me to Him. How wonderful. This is where the adventure started. Now I'm trying to say to people, you can find yourself in a situation. It might be a relationship with another person. It might be a relationship with money. It might be your body. It might be something in this world. And you like turning to Allah saying, I'm so worried. When we were in drought in Cape Town, everybody was praying for water, like our relationship with water. You know what I mean? But we didn't realize we have Allah. It's fine we don't have water. We have Allah. Allah will give us water. It's fine we currently don't have a partner. We have Allah. Allah will give us a partner. We don't have money as much as we want. It's fine. Allah will give us money because we have money. You know what I mean? So when people are unaware, they lost. They don't know they lost. They don't know why they're here, what their purpose is. They're just living as kuffar, deniers of truth. They're mushriks. They have ideas of God, but they're clueless, right? They believe God is somewhere in time and space, or everywhere in time and space. They don't even know. They don't know. They're lost. And sometimes they might even say they're Muslims. They say they believe in Allah in the last day, but they don't. In their hearts is a disease. They stand in prayer, but their hearts lack the smallest of kindnesses. You get what I mean? They're hypocrites. So that's where we all start. Pick your choice. Either 1, 2, or 3 hours, all three at different points in my life. Either you deny God, you're so lost in this trance, you think the world is real, you're real. You don't know you are His creation in His care, that everybody is His creation in His care. You don't know that Allah is beyond time and space, the creator of time and space. Allah is the unique and the supreme. Beyond form. We say He, but Allah is beyond form, beyond gender, beyond dimensions, beyond anything having form. Allah is beyond form. Allah is the creator of form. We cannot comprehend, Allah, but we can comprehend there is Allah. We can realize that we are because of the one universal creation, that all of us are because of the one, created by the one. All of us are, the world is because of the one. And the world continues to be big. We can recognize that. We can be aware of that. So people have ideas that Jesus is God, Mary is God, the Mufti is God, the Pandit is. They act like that. Like we must turn to somebody. The Quran says claim refuge with Allah. But people are claiming refuge with people who have lived, people who live now, and all that sort of thing. Fine. They're welcome to do it. I'm not stopping them. Why must I stop them? Who am I to stop you or anybody else from denying God, from associating partners with God and being a hypocrite? The Quran says plainly, let those who disbelieve, disbelieve. Let those who believe, believe. There is no compulsion in religion. La ikrah fi dini kulli. There is no compulsion. You can't force anybody to humble themselves before their Creator. They want to believe what they want to believe. They want to believe in plurality, like there's more than one. Muslims don't even understand the concept of unity consciousness. They don't even understand Tawheed. They have no clue. I mean, the ones that I know, right? They're clueless about non-duality, non-plurality, the oneness. They don't know that there's only one because of whom we are. They say they Tawheed. Tawheed Echad, Ahad. You understand? They don't know. Clueless about the fundamental basis, of the awareness of Allah. They don't know. Where did they learn? Doesn't mean you went to madrasa and you're taught, read this, memorize this, do this posture, can you do it, tested, you're doing your wuzu right, you're doing your ghusl right, you answered the question, answered where was the first question, Islamic history. I'm talking about in the 70s. Arabia was a desert. First question. They asked me in Islamic history, what was Arabia? I was finished. What was Arabia? I said it was a country. They said you got it wrong. Arabia was a desert. You understand? I was finished. I was like, these people are supposed to teach me. They're supposed to be teaching me. They're teaching me. I'm doubting myself. I know as an adult, Arabia is a country. In Islamic history, they said Arabia was a desert. They didn't ask me what is the geography of Arabia. Is it savanna? Is it, bush and veldt? Is it plains? Is it coastal? They didn't ask me. They asked me, what is Arabia? I said, it's a country. They said, no, it's a desert. This is the people who taught me. I'm not judging them. I'm just telling you, this is the situation. They can't teach me properly about how to answer a simple question. How are they going to teach me about Tawheed? I had to take responsibility for my own learning. I had to learn as an adult, use the reasoning that was given to me. Allah has guided me. Shukr to Allah, I claim refuge with Him. Sufficient is Allah to guide me. If you believe in Allah, He'll guide your heart. Now, the Guru and the Pandit says, don't trust yourself. Don't trust your mind. Trust us. They're implicitly saying, don't even trust Allah. Quran says, Allah says, the Prophet ﷺ said, put your trust in Allah. But you don't know Allah. How are you going to put your trust in Him? So, put your trust in the Guru. Follow what you learnt as a child and what they tell you. Stay in hell and have a hallucination. That's where I was. We hallucinate. We need a person. We need money. We need water. We start acting desperate, needy. We start going, I call it spiritual insanity. We start losing it. We don't know. We have Allah. There is only Allah. We have been in His care. We are in His care now. We'll always be in His care. We are the ones. If you forget Allah, yours will be a depressed life. You see, so we forget Allah. Ours is a depressed life. We think, no, Allah is testing us. No, the Quran says if you remember Allah, Allah will remember you. If you forget Allah, yours will be a depressed life. If you live with Iman and Amal, if you live as a spiritually developed person and a psychologically developed person, whether you're a man or a woman, you'll have a life wholesome. You understand? This is the promise of the Quran. If you're thankful, I'll give you more. Which of the favors you deny? If you remember Allah, you'll experience assurance. Spiritual well-being is a natural state. It's got nothing to do with who loves you or who doesn't love you, who wants to be with you or not. It's got nothing to do with how much money you have or don't have. It has got nothing to do with is your body well or unwell, how sick you are or how well. It's got to do with Allah, your relationship with Allah. So take a tip from this. You see, the Quran said to the Prophet, give the message. I'm not the Prophet. and I'm not giving people the message. I'm just talking about my experience. You come here to listen. The Quran says keep reminding the believers. For reminding benefits to believers, I'm sharing this as the Quranic injunction. Keep reminding. I'm reminding the believers about Allah. I'm reminding the believers about truth. The Quran says at the end of the day, human beings are in a state of loss. That means by the time you die, you're in a state of loss. Or whether you go to sleep at night, you're in a state of loss, except if you had Iman, if you conducted yourself with Amal, if you are one who is championing truth for yourself and other people, and you champion patient perseverance. So I'm just following the Quran. I'm nobody. I am nothing. All I am is a creation of Allah, a blessed and benefited creation of Allah. All I am here is one who has chosen to receive guidance. All I am here is one who's chosen to become aware. I've claimed the refuge with Allah. I'm a claimer of the refuge. I've chosen to be a believer. I've chosen to heed guidance. I've chosen to understand what my priority is here, what my purpose is here. I'm here for the next world. I'm here to remember. That's who I am. Nothing more, nothing less. I'm not special in any way. I still sin. I err. But I am continuously developing myself spiritually, so I sin less. And I'm continually developing myself psychologically, interpersonally, so I sin less. You get what I mean? I'm bringing to Allah a purified heart. That means the heart is getting cleaner and cleaner and cleaner. It's sinning less and less and less. It's living more and more naturally. You get what I mean? So I'm just telling you. You do with this information whatever you want to do. You want to do nothing with it, do nothing with it. It's got nothing to do with me. Allah says, wait and see. Wait and see. I'm not waiting to see. I'm busy. I'm busy every day. In the morning I get up as I'm on a mission. Allah, you told me there's a mission to cleanse my heart. This day I shall cleanse my heart. This day I shall draw closer to you. I'll establish a relationship with you. There's nobody and nothing in the world that I can be with other than you, for you alone really are, and you gave me my life, you gave me my sanity, you gave me the guidance, you brought me here. This is my relationship with you. I can't have a relationship with a guru and a pandit and with other people, and because that means I'm denying Allah. My first relationship is the one with Allah. Even before me, I'm not interested in what my mind tells me about me, my life, about Allah. My mind has told me, and other people's mind have told me things. I'm not interested in the lies I believed about Allah, in the lies that people believe about Allah, in the lies that people live in this world and die. I'm not interested in my own and other people's. I'm interested in truth. By the end of the day, champion of truth and patient perseverance. That's what I'm doing every day, patiently. Whatever I can do to draw closer, I do. Security, self-fullness, satisfaction, Iman, Amal, a life day Yewun. You get what I'm saying? So I'm just telling you that you can live your life however you want to. You're free. But there are consequences. And you will soon know, as we will soon know. I don't have to tell you about your consequences. The Quran says, leave everybody. Allah will show them wherein you deferred. So if I say, only Allah we are to turn to and worship, focus on and feel about. Exclusive attention is for Allah, and Allah is sufficient for us. The Quran and the Prophet is sufficient for us. Yes, we got to get the education and the guidance, from people who are aware. We got to unlearn things that we believe that we are lost from people who are lost. You know what I mean? But if you know that Allah, I want to draw closer to you, and if that is in your heart, whatever I learned as a child from the people around me that is more Islamism from India is not truth, help me see it and release it. It's fine if I don't fit in and belong to a group of people that are lost. As long as I'm living with you, I have you, I'm okay. In this world, through my death and beyond, I put my trust in you. I'm in your care. I experience being in your care. You see, that's how you know you have a relationship with Allah. You're aware that Allah is aware of you. You're aware that Allah is hearing you. You're aware that Allah is taking care of you. He's handling things for you. You're aware that He's given to you. Everything you require is already given. Nothing is needed. What you don't have, you can have. There's potentials and possibilities given to you. That there's a way you can relate to Allah. You can have remorse and regret for where you let yourself down, where you didn't choose to be a believer. You can choose to be a believer instead of being a beggar. unworthy, needy person. You can go beyond your mind and your ideas of shame and obligation and fear and worry and doubt. You can go beyond. This is when our mind is diseased, when our mind is distorted and our heart is diseased. These are the emotions I felt. Doubt. I'm certain now. Guilt and shame and unworthiness and obligation and not good enoughness and not enough-ness. I draw closer to Allah. Allah is my salvation. Allah is my refuge. Allah is aware of me. I open my mind instead of holding on to all those ideas from childhood and tribal ideas and India ideas. I open my mind to be shown to become more aware. Allah has brought me here. And it started that day when I decided to focus on my relationship with Allah than on the relationship with somebody who wasn't wanting me. You know, what relationship are you focusing on? Money? I don't have enough. Love? I don't have enough. People? I don't have enough. And you're turning to Allah like, please give me enough of a person. You're turning to the one relationship that actually is, but claiming that a relationship with somebody else is what you need. I need a person. I need money. I need health. I need this. This is how you know people are not, they're spiritually insane. They are insane. Unsane worshippers, verily the prayers of those who have no faith are nothing but vain prayers, for they have no iman in their heart. The Prophet ﷺ said that invocation is the weapon of the believer. He never said of the Muslim. He said of the believer. People wonder, why are my du'as not getting answered? You don't believe. You're not a believer. No, but I said my kalima, I eat halal. I was telling about this, you see on Instagram these feeds, this round Titi with her scarf showing all the other Islami women how to make unhealthy food. You take this thing and you fry it and you make sure you deep fry it, and it's all this unhealthy things in there, fattening things. And she fries it and she looks at it and she's round as anything and she's eating it and where's the tayyib? Where is the tayyib? You understand? Where is the tayyib? And then they'll get heart disease. She'll be feeding her husband all that. That poor chap, we must take responsibility, right? Because Islam, the woman is not supposed to feed you. She can feed you, but she can choose to, You got to take responsibility for your own eating. People are unaware. They think it's fine. Just carry on. And then the poor chap gets a heart attack. Not so poor chap gets a heart attack. It says, from Allah. It's from Allah. The Quran says, with your own hands, do not destroy yourself. Halal and tayyib. No. Big scarf on the head and, round as a ball. Frying it and teaching others, make this. And not, scrolling through those feeds. Next thing you have this European woman, slim and healthy, and she's talking about how to eat healthy, and this is a healthy option if you want to make this, and you can make it in a healthy way. And I'm just looking at this, and I'm thinking, here is a woman who says they got a scarf on the head, Islam, halal. Killing themselves. And here is somebody without the Quran coming to their senses and teaching themselves and other people about tayyib. I said, if somebody taught that woman about halal, bloodletting, and how healthy it is to not eat food that has been not bloodlet, that's what halal is. Slaughter the animal, let the blood out. Do it in a way remembering your Creator and being grateful in that moment. And, that woman, that European woman, slim and healthy and sensible, teach her about halal. She'll be running videos on eat halal. And here the halali is all about kill yourself and your family with this very deep fried stuff. I don't know. Are you guys seeing this, or is it just me? Anyway, I'd rather be sane. I'd rather look at the world that I'm in and look with horror than to live that and think that that is normal. That is Islam. Now that's just one area. Imagine the area of true spirituality. What a travesty. We're looking at, how the Quran guides human beings to play a beneficial role with themselves, their bodies and their lives, eat halal and tayyib. And we can see the travesty, just pick halal and just abuse the non-tayyib to the point where it's destructive. The whole point of halal and tayyib is to be healthy. But they don't eat haram, they eat the halal, but they eat so much of unhealthy that they harm themselves. And then, you know what they say? It's from Allah. It's from Allah. It's from Allah. Allah gave guidance. They're not interested in the guidance. This is just in their physical health. I'm talking about spiritual health. If their physical health is like this, like they say, your body and your spirit is a reflection. You know what I mean? I know that as I became more spiritually clean and hygienic, I'm careful about what I put into my body. I put clean and hygiene in my body. I'm careful about who I interact with. You know what I mean? I'm clean, hygienic. When you have Allah, you're hygienic, spiritually hygienic. Your heart is cleansed. You're not in the impure heart and it's going worse and worse. You feel good. You release guilt, shame, unworthiness, whatever it is, You remember Allah, you have a relationship with Allah. You feel assured and secured. You let go of fear. You let go. So what I'm saying is, people are spiritually unsane. They are unsane. That's what it is. I was. And you don't realize you're unsane. How you'll know you're sane is when you remember Allah, your heart feels assured. You feel reassured. See? So, does anybody want to go onto a spiritual adventure? Does anybody who want to really remember Allah and draw closer to Allah? Not everybody. They're busy eating the fried stuff and being in hospital, and go and see who's in the hospitals. Who are the most sickly people? Do a consensus on Islamis and their health compared to some non-Muslims and how better they are doing. How can people who say they believe in Allah and the Quran as guidance be in a worse off situation than those who deny? I don't get it. It's only if they're hypocrites. So consider this. That's all I'm asking. Will you consider that a relationship with Allah is a possibility, that you might not have one, that you might be more interested in the world and you and your body and your life? Because I was there. And when I hit rock bottom, shukr to Allah, I turned to Allah. And that relationship has been there and He has strengthened me and He continues to strengthen me. I'm very grateful. So no matter what's going on in me, my body, my life, I feel good because my security has got nothing to do with me, my body and my life. It's got nothing to do with anybody else. It's got to do with Allah. The favors of Allah I will not deny. The greatness of Allah I will not deny. I will learn how to draw closer to Allah. I will learn how to have more iman in my heart. I will learn. I'm willing to learn. I turn to Allah with a willingness to learn. I don't want to live the way I've been living. You understand? In fact, what I've seen in my life, the more closer you get to Allah, the more different you are, the more different your behaviors are, the more different your life is. If you're living the same life from 10, 20 years ago, you haven't grown. If you're the same person in the same kind of situations that repeat, you haven't learnt and grown. It's not a good sign. But you're alive. You still got chance. You still have time. You can admit that you have not a healthy relationship with Allah established. You can want to establish that relationship with Allah, an actual one. You can want to be with Allah and have a relationship with Him where you can recognize that you're no longer threatened. You're assured. You have an assured vulnerability, a secured vulnerability rather than a threatened vulnerability. You can go beyond existential abandonment. You can stop feeling like alone, God forgot me. And if you forget Allah, Allah forgets you. You get what I mean? If you fail to remember Allah, yours is a depressed life. So if you say, I want to remember Allah, I really do want to establish a relationship with Allah, I'm prepared to stop thinking and focusing on people, things and experiences, because that's where Satan wants you to focus. This is not right, that is not right, it's not the way you think it should be another way. You're upset, there's no patience, there's no peace, there's no salam, there's no sabr, there's no appreciation, there's no recognizing Allah. I want to recognize you and who you are and what you've given to me. I have you. What is this man talking about, that he is aware of, that he wasn't aware of. I want to become aware of that if I become aware of it, I'll feel peace. I'll feel peace. See, the compassion of Allah is perfect. I came to realize that I will never be perfect, nor will anybody else. But I can progress. I can be a better human being. And I will not shame myself or feel bad about where I am still underdeveloped. I receive the compassion of Allah. Allah is compassionate. People are afraid to see that they are underdeveloped. They're afraid to see that their hearts are diseased. They're afraid to see that they're hypocrites. They're afraid to see it. Don't be afraid. Admit it. Allah is compassionate. Begin by saying, I have let myself down. Don't blame the gurus and the pandits. I have let myself down. It's for me. The Quran doesn't say go and find the right guru and pandit, and if you find the wrong guru and pandit, you are bad, you're going to hell. The Quran says claim refuge with Allah. Become Allah conscious. Submit and surrender. Establish a relationship with Allah. Salah is the relationship with Allah. Regular spiritual practice. That you forget about everything but Allah. You get up in the morning, different times of the day, you submit, you bow. You recognize who Allah is, the extent of His giving, His power, His perfection. You become aware that you'll never be perfect and you don't have to, but you can progress. It's okay that you're not perfect. It's okay that you make mistakes. You're allowed. You're a human being. Allah alone is perfect. It's okay. You'll be at ease. You won't say, I should have known better, I should. You stop shooting. Stop shooting on yourself and other people. You'll say, this is where it's at. This is where I am. I'm very spiritually underdeveloped. Better I get started today. I should have got started about 28 years ago or so on this path. Better I start today. Don't say, oh, but I should have started before, and why didn't I? The days are coming and the days are going. Soon we're going to return to our Creator. Allah is forgiving and merciful. It's not about how many years you've been on the path. It's about stepping on the path. It's about humbling yourself in this moment. I have denied Allah. I have associated partners with Allah. I've been a hypocrite saying that I believe in Allah, but I don't. I've been having a relationship with this world more than the Creator of this world. In fact, I don't even know the Creator. I don't have a relationship with it. I've been more into religion than Allah. People, I told you last time, the Muazzin doesn't say come to mosque, come to mosque. He says come to prayer, come to prayer, come to success, come to success. I'm not calling you to religion, be a good Islami. I'm calling you to Allah. The Quran calls us, doesn't say become a whatever type, Wahhabi, Sunni, Tablighi, Shiite. Doesn't say that. It says come to Allah. Come humbly to Allah. Choose to humble yourself before Allah. Choose to speak the truth to yourself about yourself. Choose to see the truth about yourself to yourself. Choose to see truth about Allah, who Allah is. Go beyond your ideas and your stories. Choose the truth. You'll see it. You'll become aware of it. Your life will never be the same. So, by this point in the series of lectures, you should be realizing, or you could be, I don't know, should on you too, you could be realizing all my worries that I'm turning to Allah to solve is unnecessary. It's because I'm not really turning to Allah to draw closer to Him. If I really draw closer to Allah, I will have no worry. What worry do I have? Guidance has come to me, I've received it. I establish a relationship with Allah that benefits me. I benefit me, my body, my life, my future life, my afterlife every day. I'm eating halal and tayyib, at least more than I have before. I am progressing in this world. I've chosen peace. I've chosen to live with authority that Allah has given me over me, my body, my life, power, personal power. I'm progressing. I'm opening to His good in this world and the world beyond. Health, well-being in all levels, spiritual health and well-being, physical health and well-being, real tawheed, real, halal and tayyib. I'm valuing me for what I am, that He created me to be. I have a healthy relationship with me because I accept the truth that Allah created me in the best of molds. I value my body. I respect my body. Rather than my mind telling me, but you're ugly, you're not good, you're bad, judging myself. I stop judging me. I let Allah's mercy reach me. I stop judging other people. I let love reach me. Let Allah's love reach me. I recognize Allah's love. In fact, if you do nothing else but become aware of Allah's love and how loving He is, you start feeling better. Instead of thinking, oh, how unloving my ex-partner was, or how unloving my children are, how unloving I am to myself and others, I'm so bad. Allah is the flawless, Allah is the faultless. You can't blame Allah. If you're blaming Allah, you are the one who didn't take the time to draw closer to Allah. You had no intention to really become aware of Allah. And that's okay. There's consequences of that. I was like that, but I'm different now. I'm focused. My priority, remember Allah, claim refuge to Allah, draw closer to Allah, bow and draw closer. Bring to Allah a purified heart. Cleanse my heart. Choose to feel good with Allah. Choose to feel good with me, my body, my life. Choose to feel good about my future. Choose health. Support health in this world. My peace consciousness, my power, my progress consciousness, my prosperity in this world. Allah is good. Tayyib living, prosperity. And paradise in the hereafter. I have nothing to worry about. Guidance has come to me. Yes, I'm not perfect, but I'm improving. I don't have to be perfect. Yes. As long as I'm improving, doing my best. Yes, my life is not perfect, but I'm improving. I'm supporting a better quality of life. I used to smoke. I used to do a lot of bad things with my body, to my body. I don't do that anymore. I not only stopped doing the harmful things to me and my body, I started valuing me and my body as Allah has given it to me, and I value it, the best of molds. I'm not an insect-shaped creation or a fly-shaped. I'm a human being. I value it. I humble myself before Allah. I value Allah. I value myself as Allah created me to be. I have value. I'm not to run around making people like me, value me. I'll be of value to you. Allah has created me with value. I accept it. I respect my body while it was unhealthy. I respected it still. And then I started valuing it. Started eating halal and tayyib. Started moving. Started being interested in what potentials and possibilities of tayyib living exist for me. I can live in health, not only in spiritual health, physical health, interpersonal health, spousal health. I'm on the path. Things just get better and better for me. I'm not among those astray, lost, not participating in their life. I'm on the path, participating. If you're just living your life, help me, God, but you're not on the path, you're not participating, you're not healing spiritually, you're not growing up psychologically, you're not developing, you're not living as a higher functioning human being, then you're going to be like, please save me, I'm scared, I'm afraid, and blah, 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 blah. You know what I mean? Oh, change this and make this happen and make that. That means you're not interested in guidance, and you're not interested in being guided. You don't want to learn, you don't want to grow, you don't want to develop. It's okay. You don't have to. But there are consequences. Shukr to Allah. I've got nothing to worry about. What must I worry about? Guidance has come. I'm sincerely interested. I've received it. I've learned. I've grown. I've developed. I'm on the path. Things are getting better in this world. I'm looking forward to the afterlife. Shukr to Allah. All praise, glory and thanks is due to Allah. Source, sustainer, support and satisfy of all the worlds. His choicest blessings upon our beloved Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Shukr to Allah.